everybody, welcome back to the Roundtable Season 2. I'm Carter64 followed today with X10 Power. Nick, how are you doing, buddy?
Going good. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's good. And you know what, Nick? This is actually a special war video because this commemorates our 100th clan war. This is our 100th clan war since we started this Clash of Clans clan a couple years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Already at 100.
Yep, and our record's actually pretty good, so we're really happy with that. But this was a very fun war. It was a 15-on-15 war with our top people being a part of it. So it was a story of both offense and defense, as usual. But we're going to jump to the defense first. So, on their team, we're going to look at their hit from Kimchi, their number 5, on Blitz, which is our number 8. So this is a Town Hall 10 doing a Lava Loon hit against a Town Hall 9. It should have been a 3-star. So let's see what ended up happening here. It's not a very long hit, so it must have went haywire like crazy. So let's see. Are you familiar with the Lava Loon type of hit, Nick?
Not really, but I'm seeing this balloon placement. They're just getting pushed back and just destroyed before they get anywhere to do anything.
You know what ended up happening to this guy is that he used he dropped a giant clump of balloons to lure out the clan castle. So the clan castle baby dragon was focused on this giant pack of loons, and the baby dragon does AoE damage. So literally before the balloons got anywhere, probably like 10 of them died just to that baby dragon.
Let's put it this way. Before they even made halfway, they're gone.
Yeah.
Besides, there's only 2 at this moment.
Yeah, and then the remnants will be cleaned. Then, you know, there's still a little bit of the lava hound pups, but they'll be cleaned up too. So yeah, just not a great hit by this guy. He didn't lure out the CC properly. He didn't deal with the CC at all. He figured we'd have nothing in there, I guess. So that put us in a good spot because that was one of their top 5, not even able to get a star on our bottom group. Yeah, on a number 8. So we're going to jump into another defense of ours that really set the pace. It was their number 4 against our number 4, Black Angel versus Miss Forte. Let's see what happened here. He's doing a Wizard Valkyrie Golem hit. So let's see what happened on this one. Alright, so what he's doing here is he's using the golems to kind of try to create the funnel on the sides and have all his kill troops go in the middle. And when he created the opening with the wall breakers, everything started congregating in the middle, so it's not too bad. It's actually worked out just the way he wanted.
Yeah, but once again, AoE is just destroying his troops.
Yeah, it's all up to where the Valkyries go at this point. Do they go to the CC and the Town Hall, which they do. They blew up the Town Hall. So now it's a matter of getting the rest of it in percent. So it's a pretty solid hit by him, but it could have been a lot more, I think. And they probably needed a lot more with the situation being what it was. They can't really afford to not have this at least a high 2-star, and this is kind of a low 2-star. I'm going to fast forward a little bit here for the last 20 seconds. So, yeah, it ends up getting 67%, so it's not that great, but it's not terrible either for the situation. Okay, so another good hold by Miss Forte, and then this is the play, Nick, that really kind of flabbergasted each and every one of us that was watching. Their number 2 is a Town Hall 11. So is their number 1. Unless their number 1 is obviously just gone, which he didn't do any of attacks, so we can't really speculate any further. There's no reason for the number 2 to hit our number 2. He could clean up 3 and 4, and then allow number 4 to hit 5 and 6, etc., you know?
Well, you know how that goes. There's that greed factor.
Yeah, so we're going to see what they were thinking. So their number 2 is going to give a try on our number 2, Dizzy, who has a very tough base to crack, and they're going with a Golem, Wizard, Healer, Bowler combo. Haven't really seen this too much. So he's going to try to do a Queen Walk with a level 20 Queen. That doesn't really work too well, I don't think.
Let's put it this way. It's going up against a Queen that's double his level.
Yeah, the Queen... Dizzy's Queen would have definitely killed that Queen, and it is going to, actually.
Yeah.
Yep. That you can't really do that. And we'll have a complete contrast of that when we look at Jarrett's hits later for the actual attacks, but yeah, that was just not very smart.
Now we're going to the final boss and he started the game.
Yeah. Now, he didn't freeze the Eagle Artillery at a good time, I don't think. And the CC troops aren't being cleaned up very fast. And it didn't really funnel or create a situation where the troops would have wanted to go into the clan castle and the town hall area, or even the Eagle Artillery. So it's really just hammering them right now.
Yeah, like the artillery just pounding away.
See, what he's relying on now is his Warden to get stuff done, which the Warden is a good kind of support hero, but as far as damage goes, it doesn't really do a lot of damage, even at max level. Like, it has to two-shot a builder hut. That's kind of pathetic for a hero like that, you know? So this really put us in a position where we had a solid chance of winning the war. And this was very early on. They all hit kind of before we did, and they were failing their hit, so it kind of put us in a great position.
Yeah,
so,
I just want to know.
Yeah.
Like, even that DPS of that last troop you were talking about, it's very slow.
Yeah, it's meant to support, because you see that big ring that was around it, Nick? That creates a health buff for everything that's in there. So they kind of get a boost of health. So it's a very good support hero, but not the best to actually do damage with. Next, we're going to look at actually one of our newest Town Hall 9s is Schlock, and he's actually been doing very well. He's getting used to a new hit, and that's the Witch Slap hit for him. It's kind of a witch healer with some bowlers and a clan castle hit, and it's very fun. And this was his first try on it, and it was very good. So let's take a look at it. And he wanted me to criticize him for the things that he did wrong, so I'll be sure to do so. So essentially with this hit, you want to drop a couple witches and 2 healers to create a funnel. So he's doing a side funnel like this in the top corners. So what he's wanting them to do is go along the right side through this way, and the left side through this way with his witches, and then he's going to send his main troops right where that dark elixir is. You see that, Nick?
Yeah, I see it.
So here's his first mistake. He accidentally did a jump in the wrong spot. That first jump he did was not good. So he had to do his second jump in a bad spot, which made it a little more difficult for them to get into the center. But he does a good job of getting the CC units poisoned, so they're doing good there. But his heroes did not, none of this followed into where he wanted it to go, because the jump spells were kind of in a bad spot. And then he did waste his rage there as well, because he wasn't paying attention to where things were. That rage was not a very, very good spot for it. It would have been better to use in that clump of 4 witches, or the clump of bowlers, wizards, and archer queen that's plowing down the right side. But but luckily with the witch bowler type of hit, it leaves you open for mistakes, because the witch units are very strong. If you play them correctly and the RNG is in your favor, and you kind of plan the attacks in a right way, all these single target DPS structures like the cannons and the crossbows, they'll just be wasting all their time killing the skeletons rather than the actual witches that are summoning them.
So I have to say, those skeletons are so distracting, but they're so cool at the same time.
Yep, they are. And the biggest problem with doing the witch slap, and I would tell Schlock again, is when you're going to use it, you have to make sure you look at where the wizard towers are and where the mortars are, because those are the enemies to your witch slap attack. Because wizard towers will one-shot every pack of skeletons, and the mortar will do the same. So he's got to build the pathway along the fact of hopefully not having all his skellies killed and the witches targeted really quickly. So he finished off this attack with 2 bowlers, 1 wizard, and 2 witches left over, which is not too bad for his first hit. It got a 3-star on someone that's on a 10 hitting a 9, so it was a very good peer-on-peer hit. So very, very good for Schlock's first try with that strategy.
Yeah, it looked very clean to me. Like, of course, you can always like move it here and now, but he has the basic idea of what to do right there.
Yeah, Schlock has been catching on very fast to the concepts that have been told to him about the different types of attacks, so we're very happy with how that's gone. Next, we're going to look at Worky's first hit, which is our 6 on their 6. So again, if you look at a contrast, their number 4 couldn't, get more than 2 stars on our number 4, but their number 5, who's a Town Hall 10, couldn't even get a star on our number 8, that's a Town Hall 9. So this is where you start to see our guys doing well and their guys not doing well. So we're going to jump into Worky's first hit on 6. And so Worky's been enjoying the this kind of hybrid golem, wizard, hog hit. So what he's basically going to do here is try to use 3 golems and just a line of wizards to eliminate a whole area of this base first, along with a baby dragon in the CC, things like that. No, he had 1 baby dragon, sorry, he had bowlers in the CC. So now he's going to get rid of the CC troops, which is dragon and balloons. Not too tough to deal with. And once he kind of does enough damage, he's going to unleash the hogs on the rest and be able to heal through any AoE damage that hits him. So you see those Mr. T units just kind of going through there, Nick?
Yeah.
And the nice thing about this strategy is that as long as you plan it correctly and drop your heal spells preemptively, they're kind of immune to bomb traps. Like there was a double bomb trap there for the big bombs, and the heal was able to keep the hogs from dying to that. So it was very good.
Yeah, this seems to be pretty good life-wise too, compared to what I'm used to.
Now his only obstacle now is that last wizard tower. And then he'll pretty much be able to clean up the rest. So it was a very close hit. He ended off with only 1 hog left, but he still has a golem, 2 little golems, his Barb King, and some bowlers. So then at that point it's just a little bit of a cleanup, no big deal. So we'll just fast forward through that. So just another very solid hit and kind of a hybrid strategy. You would see some other hits that use more hogs that might not succeed because hogs are very susceptible to defense. They go for the defenses, but they do fall for the traps very, very easily.
So basically just make sure you keep healing them.
Yeah, but you can only have so many potions, you know? You can't heal them forever. Or else it'd be so easy. Alright, now we're going to look at our number 4's hit on their number 5, Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10. This base was perfect for one of Miss Fortier's attacks, which she's going to do a dragon attack here, because if you notice, the base is fairly good, except for anti-air.
The missiles.
The anti-air are just pathetic. So
yeah, that's a Town Hall 8.
Yeah. So it's a good this base. I think I hit this base first, and got 2 stars, but a low 2-star, and so it would have been better for me to do a dragon hit. However, I don't have max lightning spell or level 5 dragon, so I didn't have the option. I have my lightning spell leveling up to max now. It'll be up in 2 days, But then I'll have to do another, I think, 10 or 12 days for max dragons to even have this option. So it was really good that she had this option to do and chose to go with it, because it made a base that otherwise would be fairly difficult to get 2 stars on fairly easy to get that 3-star on, which put us in a huge lead in this war. You see, all it is now is hoping that those dragons will go after that Inferno Tower. That's the only thing that's going to stop it, and there they go. Luckily, that big Seeking Black missile bomb, opposed to the red ones. The red one does a small AoE. The black Seeking air missile is a giant single target damage that pretty much does like over 2,000 damage, I think, or it's like 1,500. It's something crazy. So it hit the weaker dragon that was already pretty much dead. So that was good. And then she's got 4 dragons left to clean up some little archer towers. So that's when you know you've had a good hit, when you have a lot of dragons remaining.
Yeah, it's always so refreshing to see dragons just demolish everything.
Yeah, and you know, dragons aren't typically used in Town Hall 10s, but when the situation calls for it, you can definitely do it. So it's a nice dragon-loon combination. Very solid hit. And now we're going to look into the finale of the war, which was Jarrett's hits on their number 2 and their number 1. And this really kind of was at the end of the war. So it wasn't, we didn't set the tone this time, which we've done in the past. We wanted to wait. Jarrett didn't want them to kind of maybe take his strategy if possible. So we wanted to wait and see what they did. And when their 1 wasn't looking like he was going to show, he decided, okay, well, let's sure up this war, because it was still fairly close at the time. So let's jump into Jarrett's hit, his first hit. And now this is where you see the contrast of the Queen Walk. Jarrett's got a max level Archer Queen at 45. So you drop the Archer Queen with your Warden to get the HP buff and all that stuff. So now you see those healers are just healing away on that Archer Queen.
Yeah, now I see it. At first they were going after the Warden, but now I see them on the Archer Queen.
Yep, and out of the screen you didn't see, but he dropped a Hog to go up to the cannon up there to lure out the CC troops, so he could deal with them as well before he had to deal with anything else. So you could see this kind of strategy, if given enough time, like say there was no time limit on an attack, it would just clean the whole base probably. Or more than half of it before even running out of steam. At least getting up to the Inferno Towers, because the thing that makes Inferno Towers so good, Nick, if you didn't know, is they prevent you from being healed.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why Inferno Towers are so deadly, because even if you drop a heal spell, whatever, healing stops if you're under the effect of the Inferno Tower's attack. And the effect lingers for like another second or two after the Inferno Tower is still dead. So it's very interesting. So what he's doing here is he was hoping the Archer Queen would be able to take out the Eagle Artillery, but what he wants to do is create a path for his miners to just go right into the center, and hopefully also go for the Eagle Artillery. So let's see what happens here. He should be dropping the... okay, now he's starting to drop his Barb King and other units down there to kind of tank the Eagle Artillery. And then he's going to drop his miners, and there they go, heading into the center. So what they do is they burrow underneath walls to get to their next target. So they can actually be healed while they're underground. The problem is they're still under the effect of the Inferno Tower for a brief moment. So, but he got into the center, was able to take out the Town Hall, and now it's just a matter of percent, because you're not really expecting the 3-star, but you want to do as best you can. And the Eagle Artillery, unfortunately, if able to target the miners, pretty much destroys the whole pack. So
yeah.
If that Eagle Artillery went down, that pack might have lasted a lot longer. But still, for their number 2 to get a 0-star on our number 2, and their number 1 not attacking, our number 1 getting a 2-star that's high in the 70s, or low in the 70s but high, a high 2-star, is very good. Put us in a very good spot. And now for the final hit on our 100th war is going to be his hit on their number 1, which was almost better than his hit on their number 2. So he kind of shored up what he was going to do. So let's take a look at the angle he chose this time. So he's going to go from the top this time. Still a little different, but same concept. So see, this is what you're missing out on, Nick, by not playing as much, is you're missing out on a lot of the fun things of the upper tier of this game.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. It's pretty interesting, like all the different strategies you can do with the troops you get at those high levels.
Pretty much like when you're Town Hall 7 and Town Hall 8, especially Town Hall 8, all you're doing is Dragon. That's all you're doing. But once you hit Town Hall 9, that's where you can do Lava Loon, Valkyrie Golem, Witch Slap, which we showed with Schlock's hit. You could do Hogs, which we showed with Worky's hit. Penguin does Hogs, Worky does Hogs. I did the Witch Slap personally, because I didn't like Hogs, and I didn't like Lava Loon. So there's like 5 different strategies that happen when you get to Town Hall 9, and then when you get to Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11, you get that same kind of amount of strategies. So it's a lot more fun, a lot more in-depth. So you see, again, he just kind of destroyed that entire left side with 2 attacking units and healers. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah. It's kind of insane. Like, it's the same sort of strategy at a higher level base, essentially. And he's doing more damage in faster rates.
Yep. So the only enemy to this Queen Walk strategy is mines that basically kill the healers, which did end up happening. And the opposing Archer Queen did kind of focus down his Warden, but that's okay. He has the miners going in now. They're going right for that Town Hall 10. They're going to go right for that Eagle Artillery as well. Take that out. And they're pretty much set to get a good amount of percent here from the Remnants. So it was a very good hit. Very fun to see the miner hit. It's a new hit that he's been doing. He used to do a lot of, I think it was Queen Bowler hits at the Town Hall 11. But he's been playing around with the miners. And it's actually quite fun to watch. It's a little different. And it is high... It has high risk, high reward kind of thing, like a lot of these hits do. But it's very fun to watch. Alright, so that's pretty much going to wrap it up. What did you think of our 100th war, Nick?
Well, I think it sets off the great start of the next 100.
Yeah, I mean, we've come a long way. We're always looking for more people to join us. So if you're interested, you can always let us know in the YouTube comments or come to our website at mileseh.net. We really like to work with people that are just getting started too. We've had a couple new people come from my stream, and from our WoW guild actually that have joined us, and they're participating in wars and having a good time. So we have a really good time. So with that 100th war, I'm going to show off our war log a little bit. So with 100 wars in the books, we're at 72 wins and 28 losses. It's a pretty good ratio. So 72% win rate. Not bad, right?
No.
Thanks, Nick. That was amazing. Now that's gonna do it for us at the round table today. We'll hope to see you again for the next one. We're gonna be back for another 100 episodes, most likely, and 100 clan wars. We'll see. But I hope you guys had a fun time. This is Cars54 along with X10 Power, and we'll see you guys later.